Okay, let's go.
Hi y'all, I'm Redheaded Neighbor and welcome today to the channel, our little piece here on the interwebs where we just enjoy music together, really. Right now, I always say that I give a little, y'all give a little, and we both get to grow and harvest good days in our life, right? And music is a big part of that. Right now, this is something that y'all are introducing to me. I had like a little bit of experience with Phil Collins, Genesis, but some of these songs that y'all have really been requesting way out of my scope of expectation of what Genesis was about, what they were like. This one has been in the pipeline for quite a long time. I was trying to save it for closer to Halloween because of the theme that y'all told me, in the email. But, I hate to make people wait too long. So maybe this is close enough for spooky season. I don't do too much for spooky season. I hope this isn't scary. Is it scary? Surely not. I don't know. Maybe it is. Wait! I love it whenever a band comes out the gate like that. All right, so I'm going to just take this all the way back.
Sea, home by the sea, home by the sea, home by the sea. Creeping up the blind side, shimmering up the wall, stealing through the dark of night, climbing through a window, stepping to the floor, checking to the left and the right. Something doesn't feel quite right. Help me, someone, let me out of here. Then out of the dark we suddenly heard, welcome to the home by the sea. Coming out the woodwork through the open door, wishing from above and below.
Okay, this is pleasantly disturbing. That's an awful way to put it, but
welcome to the home by the sea. Coming out the woodwork through the open door, wishing from above and below. Shadows but no substance in the shape of men, round and down and sideways they go. Adrift without direction, eyes that hold despair. Then is one beside and they moan.
okay, I hate to pause it, but y'all know I have to. Okay, one thing I find very interesting about Genesis is they are a very tight band, like musically. There's not a whole lot of loosey-goosey playing, right? Like everybody is just right where they're supposed to be, like on it. And then the vocalist is Peter Gabriel, right? He is about as loosey-goosey, you know what I mean? So it's like a really fun pairing, like these really tight musicians, because a lot of times you have bands that are like extremely tight players, and then the vocals are just as tight, and they're going to hit, whereas I feel like Peter Gabriel, he comes on the scene, he comes into the song with very much more of a soulful type of expression in his singing, which is something I really love. Like, I think someone who is almost operatic in their style, and like they can reach the stratosphere and they can be so proper and trained, like that's extraordinary. But I am also very impressed with somebody who can just take a song and through their vocals make me feel, and he's making this story come to life. For me, his vocals are taking the story part of this song and really making it shine. Like that. I'm going to pull up the lyrics. this is Phil Collins. How do the drums get that almost laser-like sound? How is it? Do they put effects on drums, or is that just a technique or a drum head? Like, how does it sound that way? Interesting. This whole second part here is just music. Like there's been no vocals yet. I'm wondering, maybe there will be. There's not much time left on this song, but it's very interesting for it to be a part one and a part two, and there be no like continuation of the story. It's just told in music. In the background, there's like this swirling my description, sorry, but it is kind of like hauntingly back there. It's like it's very like blended and mixed very well, but you can hear it in the back. That was interesting. That was very interesting. The whole second part was just basically instrumental. Very little. It just kind of wrapped up what it opened with. But then the second half, it sounded more digital sounding. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I like the storytelling element of it. And I'm just so blown away that Genesis is not the kind of band that I thought that it was. Because, like I said, what I was familiar with was probably 2 or 3 songs that I knew from Phil Collins. And they were short, radio friendly. You know what I mean? And I didn't appreciate them when I was younger. I thought they were boring. But then when I got older, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually enjoying these Genesis songs. But I didn't know that Genesis was like that. Like I had this right here is a whole other wake up call for me. The long form of music that they do. I had no idea. So this is very interesting to me. Okay. Well, thank you. This was a great suggestion, and thank you for the channel support very much. And I feel like I'm learning so much, because when it first started, I was just expecting it to be Peter Gabriel, and then I started listening. I was like, oh, that sounds kind of like Phil Collins. And then I looked up the lyrics, and there's a little picture of Phil Collins singing, and I was like, oh, well, that's why it sounded a little bit like Phil Collins. But I know that probably in the comment section, right after I said that, there's going to be all kinds of people. It's that's okay. Anyway, until next time, y'all, thank you so much for sticking around and helping me, expand my music taste, really, because I feel like a lot of times, until you are exposed to different forms of music, you don't know what you're gonna like and what you don't like. It's always good to try things, because you don't have to do it again. Like, you don't have to go back and listen to the long form Genesis again if you don't want to. But it's good to give it a try, and and give yourself that opportunity to be exposed to different kinds of music. Because for me, I would rather enjoy something than not, It's just like with different kinds of foods. I would much rather, I don't like salmon, no matter how many times I try it. I don't normally like salmon, but I always try it because I think this time. And actually, this last Father's Day here, a relative made a smoked salmon. And I was like, ugh, but it was good. But see, if I'd not tried it again, I would have missed out. And I mean, it was superb. So, Genesis and smoked salmon. Look at me growing. Until next time, y'all.